I didn't see you guys there. I'm Austin Arnold. We have another episode of Overtime here for you guys. And Kent State had a hard-fought matchup against OU over the weekend. A nice MAC East competition. Could the Flashes get their first win against the Bobcats since 2013? Let's go to the highlights and find out. And they need everything they can to try and just stay atop of the MAC East standings. And Dante Cephas lowers the boom. And he will go ahead for a 33-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Golden Flashes early on in the game. And the Flash Fast offense was looking good. But on defense, Ohio's moving the ball, and a strip and a fumble that is recovered by Brandon Coleman, and the Kent State Golden Flashes get it back. But OU would respond. DeMontre Tuggle gets the pitch catch for the 10-7 cut down of Kent State's lead. And then Dustin Crum just keeps it for another 4-yard touchdown. That makes it 17-7 in the second quarter for the Flashes. They were rolling, and they were able to be good in the third quarter this week. They were 14-10 outscoring them as Curtis Work runs in for a 9-yard touchdown, cuts the lead to 24-14. Midway through the third as the Flashes were winning, but Marquez Cooper, he would break this tackle and then hurdle over a defender for the touchdown, 15 yards out. 34-27 was the final. Kent State wins, moves to 3-1 in the MAC. Let's get to Sean Lewis.
Great to get on the road here. Great to get another East Divisional win and stay in control and be in the driver's seat, with what we want to do. Really physical contest. Every single week, that these MAC games are going to be really, really close and really, really hard wins to come by. And our kids fought in all three phases. We had kids step up in a lot of different ways. Guys that have been waiting on their opportunity, and they stayed ready. They got them today and made some critical plays and some critical moments. Got big-time stops, big-time scores, all three phases doing their job. It's great to get a road win, and really proud of the Golden Flashes today.
Now, the Golden Flashes are off this weekend as they are in a bye week right now, but next week, November 3rd, they will play the Northern Illinois Huskies at home at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Action in the week starts this upcoming week, and it's very interesting for Kent State because after the Northern Illinois game, they will play Central Michigan on the road, followed by a game against Akron on the road, and they will finish off their season in a win-or-take-all potential matchup with Miami of Ohio at home. That game could be the decider of the MAC East because if both of those teams have the same record, which they do now, 3-1 atop of the MAC East, that game could potentially decide who goes to Detroit. But for Kent State, 4 crucial matchups to close their year. 2 wins get them qualified for a bowl game, but that's not what's on their mind. They have the MAC championship in their sights at the moment.
Oh, hey. I don't know about you, but when I think of October, I think of high school football. Let's go to our Week 10 coverage and playoff preview for next week.
Cloverleaf Colts. Let's get to Coventry, shall we? Early on, Chase Rankin, he had the QB sneak for the score, makes it 7-0 Coventry early. But for the Colts, they needed to make plays, and that's what they did here. Oakley Kemp, he causes the fumble and recovers it as well for the Cloverleaf Colts. And then Joey Judson, he hands it off to Cade Cass for a huge Cloverleaf gain. And this was just the beginning of the end for Coventry as Emilio Rivera, he would score this touchdown to cap off that drive, puts the Colts up big. And then in the end, Emilio Rivera, he would ice the game with this touchdown run. Huge win for Cloverleaf. They're in the playoffs. They will be going to a Week 11, 38-17 is the final. And Coventry, their season comes to an end as they are 2-8 to finish out the year. Let's go ahead at some high school football playoff matchups for across Portage County and the conference. West Geauga, they travel down to Streetsboro for a date with the Rockets. Ravenna, they have to travel to Aurora on Friday. And then the Garfield G-Men, they are perfect right now. They can remain perfect with their game against Sandy Valley on Saturday. And then Woodridge has to travel to Salem, Columbiana County, for that game against the Quakers. With Kent State football and high school football all around Northeast Ohio reaching at very important points of their season, let's not forget about the Kent State soccer team. They have a very important game this week. Let's check that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching the climax of the Kent State soccer season. Thursday at 3 p.m. in Athens, the Golden Flashes face off with the Ohio Bobcats with postseason implications to spare.
For the 7-1-2 Flashes to get the 1 seed and home field advantage for playoffs is simple. Win the game! The BG Falcons are nipping at the heels of both KSU and OU, so craziness is in store for the finale of the regular season. The Golden Flashes enter the game winning 6 of their last 8, and the Bobcats are looking to bounce back after a 1-goal loss to the Central Michigan Chippewas.
Now, I know it's not the most fun time of the week, but it's time to say goodbye. I gotta say, this may be the end of this week's chapter, but it's nowhere near the end of this semester's story. From Austin Arnold, I'm Ben McMillen. We'll see you next week for another episode of Overtime.